Welcome back, my dear students. So, I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. I try to make this as most entertaining as possible. I wish I had some music in the intros, right? Well, if any of you know about doing that, like any intro music that you know how to put in videos and things like that, contact me. Let's talk. I would be interested in finding out, giving one of my students some chances in putting some videos for me, putting up some intros. But anyway, so this is where we are right now. We are creating this functionality here to detect the get method and the forgot key. And I think I'm missing something here. Let's see if this works like that. I don't think if we get this get or forgot one of those, I don't think this is the right logic. Let me just check this out real quick. Sometimes I'm doing this, guys, and remember, I do not code any of this 99% of the time before recording. So yeah, that's not that logic. I don't know what I was thinking. I think we should do the end here and the E set here. So yeah, I like to do things naturally because we make a whole bunch of mistakes when we are developing. We break stuff and we fix it. That's how it is. So by seeing me fixing stuff, you learn more, and you guys being with me all this time, so you know. But anyway, so the next thing to do here would be to check the email, right? Because we are submitting this email, we want to make sure that the email exists in the database. And I think I created in this course a function. If I recall, it's called email exist. There we go. So it's called mail exists actually, or email exists. Yeah. And we're going to check that email in the database. And if that email exists, we're just going to say, well, why don't you tell me it does exist? So let's go back and let's see if it exists. And I'm going to be copying this to my clipboard just because I'm going to be using this a lot. And as you can see, it does exist. See the echo right here? Great. So that function is working great. We love that, right? These helper functions really help us minimize all of what we have to write. We would have to write a query to the database if it wasn't for this function. So we know that it does exist. You might want to use a prepare statement in that function if you like. So I'm not gonna do that now, but you could turn this into a prepare statement. So that way you don't have to do MySQLi. Okay, it's super easy. We actually do this in one of our sections. So that section where we create a prepare statement, I think it was for the post, for this here, you can see that we're creating a prepare statement here. Super easy. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do the one now, but it's also information in PHP.net website. PHP prepare statements. We might do that in the future. I know I'm misspelling that, but it's gonna help me. Well, this website has some information too. I like PHP.net website though, but we're gonna be fixing those functions and making this a little bit more secure as time goes by. Okay, I'm always gonna keep adding new lectures just to show you new things. But if you go to, I was just looking for a select statement so you can see. As you can see, this is a select statement right here. But anyway, so let's actually create one right now. So we have a function called MySQLi, and this is just a prepare function. It's going to take the connection that we have available. This connection variable is right here on the db.php, remember that? And then the second parameter here is going to be the query that we want. We can pass a variable, we can just write it here. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna use double quotes because I'm gonna put some curly brackets inside here. That's just me. You don't have to do that. So update users, and we're gonna set the code. I can't pronounce this a lot. Um, Guys, make sure that you have this column in the database. Okay. I already added mine, as you can see here. Go to the users table structure and super easy. You guys know how to do that. Add one column. Okay, and make sure it's a text type. Text and then save. Okay, super simple. Anyway, I think I already told you how to do that. And I mean, in this, I told you to add the column, not to actually create a column, because I've been telling you, showing you how to do that all this time, right? Anyway, so we gotta set this column to be the one above there, that variable. And we're gonna do it where, oops, the user email equals what? Well, with prepare statements, we just write that question mark there, right? Let's actually put this a little bit there so that you can see it better. Okay, let's use another function here. This is my SQLi, and we're gonna bind the parameters, and we're gonna bind the statement, whatever statement we got there. Make sure that your statement, actually, we don't have that variable there. We need to create it so we can manage our connection better. SNT, I think it's a good name for it. It's going to be a string, whatever value is going to go into that question mark. That's what the second parameter here is. And the second parameter value, which is that variable. Okay. We are also going to execute this. I think we can execute it already. There's a whole bunch of functions that you can see that my IDE is actually pre-filling for me. We're going to pass a statement every time into these functions. That's what we do. And then we can, of course, close the connection. And it should be here. Look, right there. See that? And we pass a statement again. Now, you can put an if statement in this to check for errors if you like. Let's do that, actually. And so if we are able to connect, we're going to set these variables. I don't know why I have that. I'm writing a lot of code using JSON and JavaScript, and I'm putting semicolons after the curly brackets. But anyway, so let's go ahead now and we can find out if something went wrong with the connection. And we can echo this out. Something, let's just put something small here. Okay. Let's see if this works first of all. Okay, right now we don't have a code on users. Actually, we don't. It's empty. Okay. Right there. So let's see. Let's refresh a little bit and let's just make sure that your email is that you have an email like this in a database, and we are going to create that now. Let's refresh, and you can see that we have a code here. Okay, it's working. What if something goes wrong and we have some type of errors and that table does not exist? Coding. You see something went wrong. You want to display more than that, a message or something, you can do that. You can use, let's see, let's just echo my SQLi. I think you can do this if you like. I think this will work with, because we have this connection variable somewhere. Connection, there we go. Coding faculty. I'm just gonna copy this to my clipboard, enter, and as you can see, we get that. And I think they do have, there is another, I don't know if this one will work, but I think we need the SNTP, and I don't think that would be available by the time it gets down here. Let me see. Let's check it out. Maybe that works. There we go. It gives you more. Well, actually, that one does not work because this variable never gets set with the right. Let me see something. And it's Boolean. Yep. So use the other one that I showed you. So anyway, you could do that if you like. We already know that our query is actually updating, so there is no errors there. Okay, that's just to test things out. So if that goes right, what else do we need to do? Well, besides updating the database, we need to actually send the email, right? That's something that we need to do. And for that, I'm going to show you in the next lectures. It's going to be pretty awesome, so don't miss it. See you in the next lectures.